Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I actually have a board game to unbox. So I actually got to play this game with the designer at WLICON, which is New Zealand's biggest board gaming convention. So a big shout out to you, Sven. Thank you very much for introducing me to your game. Obviously when I played it I enjoyed it and that's why I brought it. So the game that is in question is a game that's created by a company called Cheap Sheep Games. It's had a bit of recognition for this. It's kind of a strategic kind of game where you're, designated to do certain things and become a kingpin, I suppose. What is this game called? Well, Crimopolis. And as you can see here, we have the Best Physical Game at 2020 from New Zealand Game Awards and PAX South the Indie Showcase Selection 2019. Like I said, it's designed by Cheap Sheep Games. I haven't even taken the plastic off this yet. That's how new it is. I'm actually going to get Sven to sign this when I see him next, which hopefully will be again this year. So without further ado, let's crank the box open. I actually played Sven at one of his other games over the WLICON weekend, and that was Castleshire. And if you beat him, well, you got an award. And I beat him, and I got an award. Don't have it on with me, but I do have a photo. That's my first ever board gaming award, so woohoo! Alright, now, get down to business. Of course, we have our instruction booklet. So how to play and all that stuff. What's included, the setup, all that kind of bits and pieces. So that's fantastic, that's helpful. The other thing that is included in here, there are 3 different cards. One's a job, one's a news flash, and one's a fortune. And if you're wanting to understand exactly what that means, that is right here. And it's actually detailed, the cards here. So sometimes you play cards in a board game, and you read what it says, and it makes absolutely no frickin' sense at all. One of these almanacs is very, very helpful. So if you get a card and it says, I don't know, let's look at one of them, unintended benefit, be like, what the fudge is that? Well, extra time always gets added to another player's next turn, never to yours. That'd be helpful, because you have 7 hours on your turn to go and do a mafia job, move your people around. Each thing that you do is a time thing, and if you can add more time, it means you can do more things than what other people can do. So, alright, so yes, that's the almanac. Now, of course, one of the awesome things that I did like about this was the fact that it builds a church, which is pretty cool. Now, of course, I'm going to have to build the church and build the board. And then, of course, we have all our playing cards. Alright, please excuse my messy desk. I need to get myself a bigger one. But I just thought I'd go and get the overhang camera, so I can show you guys some of these cards and stuff as I am pulling them out. You can sort of see what's available. So this is helpful, it tells you how to do the clock. And it's going to be the fun part. So that's number 13. I see what he's done. That makes things a bit easier. Alright. So, notice how it's got 1, 2, 3. So that makes things slightly easier. Alright. Time lapse time. You'll notice that there is actually a video here on how to assemble it. So basically what it requires is to scan a QR code. So that's great.
Hello, this is Sven from Cheap Sheep Games, and in this video I show you how to assemble the church graveyard scoreboard element for the game Crimopolis.
all ready to be played. And it's cool how everything sort of just slots in. It's great. Thank you very much, Sven, for your video tutorial. That was very helpful. Alright, so we've done that. Obviously, we now end up with 2 empties because we've just done it all. You have these cards here that have different locations. Park, doctor's, house, drugstore, that kind of thing. What's actually also included is 2 empty ones where you can actually do your own. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice personal touch. Cool, so that's the board. I will show off the board a little bit more later. Cool, so obviously we've got our character pieces. So we have yellow, we have red, we have purple, we have blue, we have green. We have some tombstones. So I'll talk about the gist of the game, or maybe even show a video of it later, included in this video. But if you kill off somebody, another player or something, you can get a tombstone. Tombstones are worth points at the end of the game. There's 4 bags of them, so that's always great. We have the little clock pieces. So that's going to be sweet as for that. Then we have our fortune cards. We've got our job cards. And we have our news flash cards, and of course, how to play. Good to see that Sven thought about spare parts. A lot of games don't, and if they come like this and they break, well, you're pretty much screwed, aren't you? So that's how this goes. That timer thingy sits on there. And now you start 7 hours, and then each movement, or each objective that you do, takes away time. And sometimes you can end up with more. And obviously you can end up with 15 hours, as you can see from here.
It's like living in a video game where everybody kinda acts the same. It's like living in a video game where everybody kinda acts the same. Everybody kinda acts the same. It's like living in a video game.
So just a couple of honours, guys. Obviously, we mentioned about the game designer before, Sven Obermeyer. We got the developers, Sarah Blackburn and Jan Willett. The illustrator is Sam Roger. Well done, Sam. Looks amazing. The lead playtester was Sarah Blackburn. A whole bunch of proofreaders, massive support from Board Games by the White Bay, Franklin Board Gamers, Kiefer Shipman, Reflective Tree Games, Penny Arcade, Rachel Williams, and Rebecca Gibbs. Top notch guys, well done. There's a grateful thanks there. Virtual hugs, sponsors, publishers. So a lot of people have been considered for this. Now also it says that it's 2 to 5 players. It's a 20-minute per player, and it's suitable for 12 plus years. So I do want to have a playtest of this with my mate Tim. Tim, if you're watching, I challenge you to a game of Crimopolis. And of course, when that happens, I will record it. But in case you're wanting to know a little bit more about the gameplay, not so much what's in the box, I'll put a link to the video below in the description so you can check that out. But anyways, I've been Pop Daddy. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. I do have another couple of board games to unbox. Maybe I've already done them, maybe I haven't. Just gonna have to subscribe and check out the channel. But yes, big ups to Sven Obermeyer and Cheap Sheep Games for Crimopolis. If you haven't got it, go out and get it. It's found amongst most good board game shops. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you once again, Sven.